analysis on the indexes for the European indexes on the week of 7th of January 2013. I'm trying to give an overview of the main indexes for the next week, and as we can see in the last week there was a strong reaction on the French index on the 3,590 points barrier, and now the path is open for the continuity of the movement, and the next resistance is on 3,895 points. Right now the margin, it's still there is still margin to the growth of the index, since the RSI has still some margin to grow till the overbought situation, and instead the stochastic is already on that state, and that can be of hazard to the continuity of the long movement. But right now I don't see any signs of retracement, and what I see in the weekly graph is that the movement has still capabilities of going on and probably reach the zone of 3,890 points, or even in the more optimistic side, the 4,070 points. But please check it out, the stop signs, and have all the mindset on this stop over here on the 3,700 points, where we can see some kind of support. If this support holds, then the next points that I mentioned before are available. But if not, we probably will have the French index to come here to the 3,600 points, and if that breaks the moving average of 12 weeks, will that we can see here, probably will be break also, and that will take the index to the 3,335 points. The German the stock index is on a great run. You can see here it has on the levels, it is on the levels of 2007, before the crisis has blown up, more or less this December 2007. Breaking this barrier will take it to the place where it did not have been before. This is a great run since 2009, with some hiccups on the way, but it's still on the run, and the stock is on, the index is on the long side, and we can see here that the maximum and minimums are always superior to the candle before, the week before, and it has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks in a row with completely going up, with 1 week only to rest. Due to this fact, the indicators are all in overbought position, but the RSI, for example, has still a margin to climb up a little bit more. If this happens, we can see we easily come here to the 8,080 points, since the support is the 700, 1,540 points. Please take these points in notice, drawing your strategy for the next weeks. The Dow Jones did a great comeback since the week of 24th December, with a candle that surpassed the previous top, and it's kind of a reaction to this trend line that comes here. So it's a great reaction. It's a approach to the top on since October, and hopefully it will break and give a chance to the Dow Jones to go to the 14,140 points. That it equals to the top obtained at 8th of October of 2007, before the crisis has blown up. So we are near. We still have a kind of a way to run, and the first barrier is the 300,060 points. If this does hold the movement, we have the 300,260 points and the moving average of 12 weeks here to support it near this trend line, the upward trend line. The FTSE also broke the resistance, now support on the 500,970 points. It's near, it's just touched the 6,000 barrier. That has been an interesting resistance in during the year of 2011, and if this breaks just in next week, we probably can see in a couple of weeks before after the index goes to the 6,380 points. If not, if tomorrow come back on the bear side comes back, we can see the support and try to see if the support on the 5,970 points can hold. If not, we have a serious problem and probably have the index come here, and the best in the optimistic side. On the pessimistic side, probably in the 5,605 points, that equals to this trend line here. So hopefully tomorrow it breaks, and the next weeks we can see it climbing up to this point. Spanish index, on the contrary, or the rest index, we can see that 2007 was here, and the index is still here. So when the American side are almost reaching to the 2007 the point, we see here the Iberian, the index, the Spanish index is still struggling to come back to a long side, to a bull mode. It has climbed since July, it's true, but it has some difficulties of doing continuous candles of rising up. It did the lateralization since September, and now it seems to want to start rising since the 10th of December. But in my opinion, if it is still above the 12-week moving average, you can see in blue line, it's okay. We have a kind of a resistance here on this downward trend line that is drawn here in this arrow. But first we have to break the weight 1,620 points barrier to can reach this line. The support is 7,620. If this is broke, then we have these two support lines you can see here, and these represent the darker scenario for the Spanish index. The Nasdaq is still it's all like Dow Jones reaching the top. It's right immediately below this support line, this resistance line. Probably will be tested the next days. If this is break with the margin that we still have on the stochastic on the RSI, we can probably see here new records maximum for the Nasdaq, and hopefully this top obtained here on the 17th of September will be broken. If not, we have this the hypothesis of lateralization that is building up here. If not, breaking down this support line can take the index to go here below. That is kind of a darker scenario that no one wants to find out. If this breaks, for example, upward, we can see we try to draw here a place where it can stop the movement. Trying to figure it out here without an extension. And then we move it, and we probably can see that it probably will take for the 300 and for 3,400 points. It's if it breaks this resistance line, it's interesting. It's a projection of the movement. The good news here is that the trend line here is still valid. It has not been broken, and we have all the conditions to the long movement to continue to rise. With this breaking this point, the next target will be 3,000, like I said, 3,400 points. The Nikkei 225 breaks the resistance line here on the 10,220 points, and the next resistance is on the 10,880 points. It has several resistances. It's always nice to have resistance where we can see the points and draw the points. It's interesting that it has closed the gap here, and now probably like the movement indicators are already stretched. It's probably to have a day or two to try to relax, or even if this can continue like this, we will see very fast the break of the 14th February maximum and try to attack the 5 of April of 2010 maximum. And this will be good news for the index. It means that it has passed a barrier that is on passes to be on the long side and not lateralization like it has been here, and passes to a bull mode where the stock is building up maximums like it did not have has done since 2008. It's a nice fact. And finally the S&P 500, we see here the trend line is still valid like the others. We see that also the stock is the index, sorry, is on the top obtained on September 17th of September, and the breakage of this top takes the index to the 1,520 points, that equivalates almost to the October maximums obtained here. This is probably the top that you can right now project, 1,561 points. It has still a long run to go. We have still some margin call for the RSI and stochastic, so everything is okay. The long movement is strong. Let's see if it continues to rise to reach then the target 1,529 points. Thank you. Good night.